Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning from wherever you are. And are Disney and Marvel Studios shook by the recent reception or the overall reception to Phase 4? I believe they are, and hear me out. A few months back, after the disaster that was Miss Marvel, and the overall kind of groaning and eye rolling of towards Phase 4, we got a sudden announcement outside of both conventions of D23 and San Diego Comic Con of Wonder Man. And at first I was like, okay, cool, that's fine. Didn't think much of it at the time, but even then I was just like, oh, they're actually introducing a white male character. Again, I know you're gonna roll your eyes out here, but hear me out. And then I think after Thor 4 flopped, and now the negative reaction towards She-Hulk, I feel like they've kind of scrambled to do a bunch of different things. And one of those things for me is the announcement of Deadpool 3. They could have easily done it at D23, but it's clearly that they did not have a current plan to bring Deadpool in. It felt very rushed, and with also they've just announced, oh, and Spider-Man's going to make a cameo in there, and I'm like, they're throwing a lot of shit at the wall now because a lot of the characters that they tried to kind of push in Phase 4 have come back to bite them in the ass because sadly we live in a chaotic, toxic environment. But I feel that if the product was really good, a lot of that would have gone away. But sadly, they haven't been very good. Miss Marvel was not good. The characters were fine, but the show was just not good. And She-Hulk is just not good. And if you want my in-depth thoughts on that, you can check out our She-Hulk reviews right here on NerdTube. Shameless plug, yes. But I think Thor 4 really has shook them with, again, too much comedy, which is kind of ironic given that they've announced Deadpool 3. But I think too much comedy and giving certain directors too much carte blanche, they're just like, okay, we need to ring this in. And also, Armor Wars is now moved from a series to a film, which I think is actually a good thing, because but don't just make it one film, a one and done. You can make it into like a duology. It doesn't need a trilogy, but a duology of Armor Wars would be sweet. But Blade as well has lost its director. Marshall Ali is not happy. There was a lot of lack of action. It was probably too comedic as well. So let's see what happens there. Will he drop out of the project? Will the project not happen? I feel that there is going to be a shake-up at Disney now moving forward, given the overall negative reception to Phase 4. And I feel some shows are going to get dropped. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. Or they might not do. Don't forget, they have an unlimited pool of money. So we'll see. But I think if low viewership continues with the kind of female-led shows, then they might shake those up. And look, my personal opinion is stop making them so badly written. And I know you want to get in creative people that fit the demographic you're trying to appeal to, but if they suck, then there's no fucking point in hiring them. Honestly, okay? Hello, look at She-Hulk, alright? Just get the people that are right for the job, okay? Andor, which is brilliant so far, just got the right people in for the job. No nonsense people that are clearly taking no shit from any of the producers, either Kathleen Kennedy or the fucking Filoni and Favreau, who I'm not that hot on them either, given how awful Boba Fett is and mediocre Mandalorian is. So I don't just want Kennedy getting the flack. That studio needs a shake up, and I think Feige's definitely burnt out because there's not been a lot of love felt in Phase 4. It just feels just so churned out and generic, and especially like the last and penultimate episode syndromes that they've had just shows you how by the numbers everything is. And I think they noticed that, and it's come back to bite them on the arse. Also trying to appeal to the female demographic, but doing it really, really badly. That even all the female YouTubers that I follow, that just like me, are left leaning. By the way, I don't want you to think I'm some kind of right wing incel. All right, just looking at it confused, not angry, just confused. Like, who is this trying to appeal to? Because it doesn't, as a woman, it's just not appealing to me. It's patronizing, and it's so, there's no subtlety to it. It's all like so it's just talking down to you, and frankly, it's fucking sexist if I'm being honest, because it's executed so badly. But that last bit's my opinion. That's not their opinion. They're just confused as to who's this trying to appeal to, because it's just badly written. They're writers, by the way, just like me. Only they're successful, and I'm, ADHD, and I can't focus on one thing for too long. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Like I said, it feels like a big scramble to kind of get things fixed, and I think things are going to get changed even more. I think we might lose the Agatha Harkness show. I might be wrong, but we might lose that, because honestly, who's that for? Echo probably only get one series. Ironheart, God knows. Phase 5 and 6 were very quick to announce both the next two phases, to say, hey, don't go away, look what this is coming. We've still got Fantastic Four, and we've still got X-Men. But the way they're bringing the mutants in, they're bringing them in now, but so far they've just treated them like a fucking joke. Like, there they are. And anyway, it's going to be interesting to see, and I want to hear your comments down below. Again, don't roll your eyes at me. I'm just going with, like, it just, when you know things, you know things. That's all I could say. Not like I'm an insider, but the psychology of how, the behavioral psychology behind people's actions, it's very evident to me, because I'm awesome and you're not, and you suck. Anyway, that being said, subscribe, like, greatest channel maybe never heard of, and tomorrow we're doing She-Hulk review, and I will rant a bit in that show, so come check us out. Bye.